Again, another tough session, another slow start with a lot of excuses in my head. Um, just telling myself, you know what, let's not do 5 times 5. Let's just find some way out of this. Um, let's do really high reps and just get out of here. Let's just do something as an excuse to leave early or to, you know, not do the 5 times 5. Um, that was a part of me, and I went up the weight. Um, and it wasn't as bad as my mind made me think it was. You know that feeling I like, where you're looking at an empty bar and you haven't even done anything yet, and you're already finished. That was kind of what was going on in my head today at the beginning of the workout. So I was like, okay, let's do the bar. Let's do 60. Stay down at the bottom with 60. Stretch everything out. I did some stretching beforehand, just for the legs and the hips. Um, and then I went to 100. I really didn't. I really didn't want to. I went to 80 first. I was like, okay, let's just stay at 80. Let's. And then I did 80, and I was like, I just changed my mind. I was telling myself, Jesus Christ, you sound like such a, like, you just sound like you're complaining. You sound like a bitch. You sound like someone who, just like anyone who doesn't want to put in the effort, or who just can't be asked, who doesn't see the worth in what you're doing every day. And then I clicked, um, and that clicked, and then I was like, okay, yeah, let's actually get serious for a second. Let's actually do it properly. So I ended up doing the 5 times 5. There was still a part of my head into the third set, telling me, okay, that's enough, right? That's enough. That should be enough. And then another part of my head was telling me, there's 10 reps left of this. There are 10 reps left. That's it. Then you've done it again, right? At least do that. Um, so that's what I ended up doing. I did the 80 just there. I put 100 on, and I felt like I was gonna be crushed. um, but surprisingly, I didn't get crushed. Um, very surprised by that. But it was a big dialogue in my head for sure. There was a lot of things going on and a lot of rest, and that was basically where the dialogue was taking place. Um, in between the sets, again with this bullshit coming up, just these excuses why not to, not wanting to do it. I had slept well, I had eaten well. Um, just feel a bit tired today. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. You have days where you're tired, you have days where you don't really feel like getting to it, getting after whatever you want to get after. Um, but that's exactly it. That's exactly when you should get after it. That's when it's worth it. That's when it counts. Um, so I'm happy about that. That was my first set, and I felt like it was some type of placebo. That was the first set, and that was the only time. That was the There was only one other time where I went down like that, and that was the last set. All the other sets 2, 3, and 4, they were all fine. They were tough. I mean, it was harsh, but I just had to get in the groove. And that's what I did. And that was the hard part, getting into the groove. And once you're in it, then you're in it. You've got the momentum, you've got the will, you're counting down the reps, and it just goes. It goes, especially when you've been doing it for such a long time. You're able to deal with whatever stupid voices are in your head telling you that it's not worth it, right? Um, so just taking a step back, taking that rest period to think about what you should be doing next, what you shouldn't be doing next. Um, After the squats, I just did calves. This was the big thing for me today, just getting the squats done. And I was happy that I did. Everything felt engaged, everything felt good. With adequate rest, I do feel like I do engage the muscles more, so um, that's really important for me. I was talking about the lack of engagement in the muscles when you don't get to rest as much, which was a problem I had. I just simply wasn't resting long enough. So this entire squat session took about, I want to say, 40 minutes, something like that. Um, That's long for me at least. For a 5x5 session with this weight, 40 minutes is a long session for me. Um, so it was productive. It was grueling. And I feel good now. I feel rested. I feel a little tired. But I'll get some water in me. I'll get some food in me. Start to study, and everything's gonna be fine. That's another thing too. You know, you imagine these things that can go wrong, and they can go wrong. But you tell yourself like, oh man, you know, this could end really badly, and there's a much you make yourself think that there's a much higher chance of that bad thing happening. Um, but you go through those 5 reps, right? You suffer for those 5 reps, and then you rack it and give yourself 10 seconds, and you're back to normal, right? That's it. Just 5, 10 seconds, and then you feel like you're ready to go again, even though you're not. I mean, I know that feeling. Um, but yeah, last set was tough. A lot of resting. I think I paused for the last 2 reps. Um, but I was happy I was there. I didn't think I was gonna get to the 5th set. I really didn't. I really did think I was gonna stop at 3, but that's not what happened. Because after 3 sets, it's 10 reps, and 10 reps is 10 reps, right? It's 10 reps. It doesn't matter. Like, you can always convince yourself of doing at least that, even with 5x5. And that's what ended up happening. Happy about today's session, tired about today's session, um, mentally and physically. But yeah, happy it's over. Anyway, guys, tomorrow should be chest. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next one.